there's a picture of you on your website in a superhero cape. Really, really cute. And by cute, I mean extremely powerful.
Oh, yeah.
But also a little cute. I got to be honest with you. You have a quote on that website, which says, "I do not write about Indigenous girls of the past. I write about their present and our future." So I'm just curious. I'm getting a sense of what that means from what you just said, but I'm wondering if you can elaborate even more.
Yeah, well, a lot of Canadian content about Indigenous people, especially when I was young, was about my parents' generation or my grandparents' generation. Really old stuff about like our history and like basically our traumas. I don't know how much you know about residential schools in Canada. Like just recently, at a former residential school in British Columbia, in Kamloops, they found the remains of 215 children that were undocumented deaths of the kids who went to that school, some of them as young as 3. And this was the type of stories we learn about when on TV when I was a kid. And there was one show I hated that was always on CBC that my mom loved and I hated. It was called North of 60. And North of 60 came on CBC right after The Simpsons. So The Simpsons would lull me into like, oh yeah, good TV's on. And then suddenly the North of 60 theme would kick off and I'd be like, oh. And so I was really annoyed by it. And my mom asked me why. And I'm like, Mom, if I wanted to see the res, I'd go outside. And it was very difficult. Like I know I get a lot of flack for hating on North of 60 because it was really good representation for a lot of Indigenous people. But when I was a kid, I did not want to see that. It was my life. Why would I want to see my life? I wanted to see somebody like my mom on Star Trek or someone like my dad as a superhero. Somebody like me being Sarah in A Little Princess.